Size 52 Gaia World with a 252 planetary capacity. It is glorious, and I need it. With the release of Galactic Paragons comes the ability to have one glorious golden ruler. Yes, Under One Rule looks awesome, and apparently it has a few of very cool outcomes. Because of that, Paradox is sponsoring this video to showcase just that. So if you like what you see when it comes to Galactic Paragons, there's a link in the description down below that will take you straight to the page where you can pick it up. It's time to see how far we can push this origin in the most awesome direction possible. First off, we need to be dictatorial, which means we need a dash of autocratic, as it is required. We'll also throw in some militarist as well as a little bit of xenophobia. Now, at first glance, this may look like a full military empire that may or may not have a striking resemblance to some other intellectual property. However, I can assure you that any similarities to other science fiction empires is completely coincidental. Anyway, here's my genome artist, Ruler, who is also running Crusader Spirit as one of the civics, together with a heroic past who is tragically to the point on nearly everything. Now, the great thing about this particular setup is that whilst we're focused very heavily on the Crusading part, it mainly is focused making sure that other empires don't do things the wrong way. Yes, Crusader Spirit very much enforces our ethics and civics on whoever we are going to encounter. After that, of course, they can join a martial federation that we'll be setting up for funsies. Long story short, anybody who is not like us is going to be experiencing a good old change of management pretty darn quickly. Getting started, of course, we run into our very first empire only 4 months into the game, and of course they are Forerunners, which is not all that helpful. Thankfully, our man-emperor, Septimus Calvanius, is probably up to the task because, of course, they've got that luminary trait ready to take our species into the stars and create a glorious empire and crusade against anybody who is not interested in our stuff. Now, apparently, as part of becoming dictator of this empire, I have made some promises regarding our unification, which basically means we need to get to work on our unifying promise. Which means we need to do some agenda-related stuff, and we've got 40 years to turn our empire into something rather big. Now, this means that we should be controlling systems, colonizing planets, and getting defensive pacts with other empires if we can. As our first tradition, we'll have to go for aptitude. Why aptitude? Because it's new, it's fancy, and I want to play around with it. That's why specialist training. The Empire needs you, with psychological profiling and much, much more. Yes, we should be able to do something with this. Plus, leaders are better now, so we just want them even better. Secondly, we'll need to expand the council as fast as possible using the agenda, because it's looking a little bit empty here with just the man-emperor, the minister of defense, and the head of research. Now, we do have the option to use the unifying promise, but the negatives are kind of crazy at the moment. I don't want to use it just yet until we've got a few planets underway. And then our luminary trait will improve, so that's going to be pretty awesome. This is going to be a bit of a weird one. We just found Deceptive Giant, which not only gives our leader 200 experience, it also turns this here gas giant into a barren world. Now, if you manage to get the right legendary paragon, it means that you can turn this barren world into a size 50 Ecumenopolis. And it's right next door my capital, and there is another planet in system. I really hope I'm going to get the right leader here, because that would be pretty funny. Of course, it's time for our first colony, which is in that system that has the weird thing. We're going to need to make this a cool one. So, sponsored by Paradox. I think that will get the point across, isn't it? Yes, this video has been sponsored by Paradox, and now an entire planet is named after it. Now, I like to be transparent with everybody. You know this video is paid for by Paradox, which is fine and all, but I like to give the opportunity to show you where the money for this is going. So this is my asbestos-laden death trap of a shed that's in the backyard. As you can see, it's not exactly up to code. It even has a hole in the roof that my dad fell through whilst cleaning the flora off of it. Now, the money for this video is going straight to replace this Cold War era relic and put something new in its place, which means that I can finally move my tools from this sad cabinet and into a storage area where they belong. So supporting the channel by clicking the link in the description directly impacts the quality of my new shed. If you're interested in more shed updates, then feel free to subscribe to the channel as well, or comment down below. I'm looking forward to it. Back to the video. Something weird is going on in this galaxy. This is the shed. This is our capital world, and as you can see, it is quite glorious. I did, however, find some primitives. Some weird primitives that don't really fit within our worldview in this particular case. Yeah, so this is Sol, and this is Earth, and these are humans. What is our species called again? We are called humans. That's kind of weird. Second planet time, of course. We need to give it a cool name. So, that will do. That will just do. Sometimes you have one of those starts, right? Like, for instance, you get yourself a Gaia World next door for some reason. Or, you know, Earth spawns with the same species, like 2 feet away. However, in this particular case, the surveyor spawned like 5 meters from my front door. I just need to clear out this system, and then it's basically infinite resources for free forever. Yeah, those dice rolled really well this time around. Fourth planet time, I guess you kind of know the drill right now. Yeah, that should be fine. Second contact is here. We got ourselves some Xenos, and they are of the lithoid variety, which is a little bit unfortunate. They're also wary of us, but I know a special trick to fix this problem. Let's give them some favors for free. Let's give them 4 favors. I'm sure nothing terrible will happen. Oh, look at that. They are all of a sudden instantly cordial with us. Isn't that just something? Let's get an embassy sorted here. And once we're done with that, we will also try to get a defensive pact with them at some point or another. We do need a excellent standing with that, but that's easily sorted out by just making sure we have the right things going on. Now, I don't want to be that guy who is like, hey, yeah, we're xenophobics, therefore we're going to ignore everything that is not us, because there are some humans out there, and there's also some Xenos that may or may not be useful, including this renowned Paragon, who has got some very, very interesting traits. Gaia Zaman has not only the plundering warlord destiny trait, which basically means that they will get us a bunch of cool resources. No, the more interesting one is the kidnapper trait, which is essentially it strips planets of their pops. So we're just gonna go ahead and take everything that we can. Yeah, you're hired. You're gonna be running our armies, and it's gonna be glorious. This little joke is getting a little bit old now. Sometimes your cousins become a little bit uppity, and when they decide that, you know, they want to go into the space age, well, they demand access to their solar system or whatever, and of course we're going to not do that, and because of that, some weird stuff is going to happen. We are going to get immediate control of this place, and it's of course immediately annihilates their empire instantly. The best part of this is that they're all yeah, they're instantly prisoners with jobs because of that, which is just absolutely hilarious. Welcome to the galactic community. You serve now. It's 35 years into the game. It's an anomaly has been found. It just gave me access to jump drive technology. I can get it in 10 years. Hell yeah, I'm doing that. Now, our man Emperor has done some great work the last 40 years. They've expanded the empire, it's gotten all of these awesome traits, but now the decision has to be made. What lies ahead? Proclaim Imperial rule or maintain the status quo. I think we really only have one thing that we have in mind. Considering we are man emperor, we need to be an empire. Of course, we need to be an empire. Glory to the empire of the shed. You may be thinking by yourself, ASpec, for a country that is a crusading one, you're not doing a lot of crusading and you're 54 years into the game. You are correct, dear sir or madam, who I am talking to in my head. Yeah, we haven't done a lot of crusading because mainly we've only really found one empire and we need to have a pact with them in order to get through the origin nicely. On top of that, well, my ships have not been very ready, but this has now changed. We now have cruisers. This is apparently the meta level cruiser. It's got world swarmer missiles as well as antimatter missiles. Tier 1 armor and shields, because that's how good I am at science. A jump drive, 54 years into the game, followed by chemical thrusters, because these are clearly the two combinations you really want to have at any moment in time. Yeah, we somehow managed to get jump drive this early in the game. It's basically what has happened here. Our man emperor basically has slapped together some sort of warp portal or through a shroud portal through the shroud and slapped it on top of our ships. So that's where you get it. Now, I don't want to proliferate this technology, so I've gotten enigmatic engineering on top of that as well. So that should at least keep us at a massive advantage for a little bit of time. But now it means that we can start building up our fleets and start checking out here this blessed Vran Empire and then go and flip their ideology. We've been having some issues with dissidents for quite some while, and apparently Emperor Septimus Calvinius is refusing to back down, as they should. Because of that, we could either show restraint, and this will increase worker power, but rulers will not be particularly happy about this, or we could just arrest them, have a happiness modifier of minus 10% for 6 months. 6 months, who cares, right? Clearly this is the right move to make, because now we get the choice of whether or not we want an efficient government or a stronger leader, and then our leader will gain the Titan of Industry trait, which will boost our output even more, which is exactly what we need. The other one, it just boosts unity from clerks. We need a strong leader. And the Titan of Industry, oh my god, there's so many traits on our leader now at level 5. That is ridiculous. Amazing. And another Paragon wants to join as well. I'm good, thanks. Alright, it's time to pull the trigger. This dude's next door. They're going to be idealized. Yes. They're going to be on the receiving side of our ideology. They're currently a death cult in a feudal society. Soon there will be a glorious heroic past, as well as a crusader spirit side of things. And all we need to do is crush them where they stand, and that's exactly what we're going to do. All of our leaders are on standby, all of our troops are ready to go. We got our cruisers with all the missiles, being able to engage everybody at long range. This should be an interesting war. Something weird just happened. I invaded this planet, and now it's empty. And I think it has something to do with this particular leader who's got the Kidnapper 2 trait, which pops his prisoner with jobs to random colonies 20%. I'm not entirely sure 100% that means, but it does look like 10 pops are now under indentured servitude within my empire. But they are... they are cave dwellers. They will get a lot of minerals. What if we turn them into livestock? That should be interesting. Our child is dead. This is not good. Our heir is going to die because of this. Apparently natural causes, which is very, very sad. But I think this is really going to invigorate our empire in terms of, well, what we're going to do. Because of all of this, I think it's time to really channel our gene smithing and go for the engineered evolution. Because we are, of course, an emperor of, a mankind, which means that perhaps sometime in the near future, we'll be able to get gene seed purification, which is exactly what we want. But yeah, our leader is dead. That's unfortunate. And now we are going to get the paranoid tyrant trait on our ruler. But let at least the masses mourn, so that they can, you know, have something with it. Scientist dies. That's so sad. Yes, they are now a paranoid tyrant. Great. Alright, let's see whether or not this particular fleet design can actually hold up versus whatever the enemy is throwing at us. We got a lot of cruisers. Let's see what's going on with these guys. Ah, yes. Well, they're getting whirlwinded into oblivion. So that's nice. Do they have... Interesting. Interesting. That's something we can hold up here. I'm a little bit concerned about this Void Galleon that they have with the fleet, but it shouldn't be too difficult to take these guys out because the station's already gone. They get a lot of reinforcements, but yeah, they're dying super quickly here, so not too concerned about this one. This should be in the pocket, which is interesting considering they were not that far behind from us. We only lost one ship. They lost a lot, like a lot. That is actually crazy good. This is the meta build that I've been looking at. So this is the special cruiser. We should probably auto upgrade this now to get some better skills on it. But yeah, this is the swarmer missile build that just completely overwhelms people, and it goes on an artillery range, so it's super far range as well. Very nice, very strong, and it's really like a ship of the line feel. So let me know down in the comments below what you think about this particular design. Okay, so now they want to reform the Empire. I don't think so. That is not going to happen. They have demands, apparently. That's very cute. That's very cute indeed. As I mentioned, not going to happen. And because of that, it's time for a total crackdown on this. It's going to take us 114 months, which is quite some time. But it should be worth our while. I'm not going to allow this. Not going to happen. Turns out that we weren't fast enough, and now we're in a crossroads. We can give the rebels what they want, and basically swap to a dictatorial empire. We could make no concessions, or we could swap to a fanatic egalitarian empire, change ourselves to democratic, become shared burdens and idealistic foundations, and basically become space commies. Yeah, I'm not going to make any concessions here. Not going to happen because I'm in the middle of a war, which I'm currently winning. Oh, we got a civil war on our hands now. That's joyous. Doesn't look like anybody has flipped, so that's good. But we got ourselves a civil war on our hands, which is not great. You know what's really annoying? When you're at war with your neighbors to flip them over into your side, and all of a sudden somebody else decides to come in. Yeah, that's what these guys did. They've decided to vassalize the lithoids we had next door. Now, mind you, we do have a bunch of those lithoids locally, and they may or may not be turning into livestock, which is a whole different thing. Regardless, they are now a subject of this place. And this thing is also a subject to this place. However, if we go and take a look here and we say, hey, you guys over here, if we go to war with you guys for a secret fealty, oh, the other two would join me? Well, ain't that just something? Time for some crusading. We need some new vassals, and our fleets are on their way. And remember, for every planet that we invade, we get new pops to join us. Which is unfortunate for them because the kidnapper trade on our, general is really going to mess up their empire. There's nothing quite like having your genome warriors or your gene warriors attacking a planet full of pitiful defenders down there with our renowned admiral. That's good stuff though, because the kidnapper trade, oh my god, they're going to be taking 30% of the pops of this place and putting it on our worlds. Yeah, An enemy planet has been secured. Oh my god. Oh no. It ruined that planet. Oh, that is very unfortunate. The real question is, did they just dump all those pops into like one place or not? That is the larger question. Because I probably, yeah, 22 pops is a lot. We should probably do something about that. So the kidnapper trade does give us the the fortunate area that all of a sudden 42 pops were just dumped on this tiny backwater of a world that has no infrastructure on it, which is not the greatest scenario. We're going to need to do something about this, and we're going to need to... Why did they even come here, of all places? Like, there is literally nothing here. Why? Why were they all moved to this planet? It's just like, there's no reason. No rhyme or reason why they were moved here. All of a sudden, though, I can max out this planet real quick, but... That's so stupid. And there you go. A nice little, little warfare scenario going on. These guys now all belong to me. These guys will be belonging to me very soon because, oh my god, we've completely crippled them because of the kidnapper traits. We got 36 mobs on this planet. So many of them were just being shipped. Oh my god, 94. Alright, cool. Yeah, I think we basically just looted their entire empire, and now they're gone. That is very unfortunate for them, but the Crusading side still going strong. I still need some place to put all of these pops, though, and that's gonna take some time. Okay, somebody's trying to get contact with us. Hello? What's going on here? No response? Alright, let's end the communications, because... no idea what that is all about. Kind of curious now, though. What was that all about? Oh my god, I've got so many pops everywhere. Oh god, the cloning bays were maybe not the best idea. Oh no, I've got way too many pops. I'm gonna need to increase my output as soon as I can, because gonna be problematic otherwise. Okay. Looks like we got ourselves a legendary Paragon. That is fascinating. Which one is it? Okay, so this looks like the Astro Creator. Greetings, Shed. I've been expecting you. Let me ask you, how do you value life? Life comes in many forms. Okay, cool. What do you want to do? I'm an astrobiologist. That's nice. A challenge. I would like to send you a gift. Okay. Sure. What is this all about? The gift. Alright, give me 1,000. What do I need to do?
Research log.
Open communications. Would you take to escape death, would you take the life of another? Well, pragmatically, yes, absolutely. Okay. Apparently we need to make it bloom. It's gonna cost me 4,000 science. Well, that was easy enough. Would you sacrifice your own kind if it meant you could save lives elsewhere on a massive scale? I mean, pragmatically. Okay, yeah, cool. And hesitation gets you killed, absolutely. Cool, what does all this stuff mean? I don't know. But she's asking us questions. I'm getting a federation going. I got some stuff going on. Because, well, a martial alliance. Okay. She wants to join. And apparently we can transport any planet into a thriving Gaia world. Cool. Alright. Perceptive matter. Leader traits. Science speed. Destiny trait. Monthly food plus 30. Science speed improvement. Sweet. Okay, well, we'll get this one going. Now, from what I can remember, is that this particular ship, yes, it's got this new thing called the Transfixed Terraformation Nucleus. Innate conversion of targeted planets into a Gaia world, effective on most habitable worlds, including barren worlds. Including barren worlds. For 10,000 energy. 9,000 ticks if it ticks over. Didn't... Sponsored by Oh, there is a barren world. A very, very large, deceptive, giant barren world. Oh, and we can do it. Okay. In 9,000 days, this barren world, which is larger than this gas giant is going to be turned into a Gaia World right next to Sponsored by Paradox. Oh my god, it is actually happening. And I didn't even need a worm for this. Yeah, there it is. 9,000 days. There it is. It's a Gaia World. It doesn't have the right skin on it because it's probably because of this particular version. But size 52 Gaia World with a 252 planetary capacity. It is glorious, and I need it. I need it in me. Wow. Okay, I need a cool name for this one. This is Mongoose. There it is. That is glorious. That is insane. Size 52 planets. I'm gonna turn it into an ecumenopolis. It's here. The colonization is beginning. We have a few items on the list to fill up this particular planet. I've queued up. How many items have I queued up here? Let's take a look. 49 different items, and of course also some feature removals. We're gonna colonize this planet super quickly at this point because Mongoose is right next door to Sponsored by Paradox, which is what this video is, and it's just going to overshadow it as the crowning achievement upon my empire. In the meantime, though, I've also decided to start building a ring world over here because I've got way too many pops floating around, and it's just starting to become problematic. So let's just do that instead. And after all that work, it's finally here. A size 52 barren world ecumenopolis that has so many jobs available, it is not even funny. Look at it. It is amazing. That is by far the coolest planet I've built in quite some time. In addition to that, though, I could basically do anything at this moment onwards because, you know, why does my species need to stay like this if we, for instance, want to add dragon scales to ourselves or make ourselves erudite because we are the gene smith of this galaxy. Our leader is a master bureaucrat. They are a luminary, and on top of that, the Gene Smith, the inspired general, an unwavering aggressor, and a generally golden god amongst mankind. We own the galaxy, we own our shed, and that is in the end all we need. This has been a generalized overview of the under one rule origin as part of the Galactic Paragons Expansion. We went through quite a lot of things, and some of it was zany, some of it was cool, but overall it was definitely very Stellaris. If you want to have some more feedback on this, or you want to get involved in the shed, make sure that you put a comment down below, and we'll see where we can take it from there. How old are you now? 197 years old. You got a couple of thousand more years to go, my friend, until we meet again. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for my patrons for making this video possible. Until next time, take good care of yourselves, and as always, each other.